Hi everyone, this is going to be a video for the sign of Aquarius. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I've already pre-shuffled all my decks, so let's start here. I'm going to start with Romance Angels. Like I said, I already shuffled. I do feel like you guys are in the process of calling in your soulmate, but you're also aligning with the things that are in your truth. Like you're aligning with your truth. I feel like you're connecting with new frequencies. While I was shuffling, I was actually getting images of like fairies as well. But there's something going on too, like with frequency for you guys, and like you might be opening up communication about something, or with someone you might be having communication. You're also in the process of forgiving and learning, and I feel like you're in the process of forgiving and learning when it comes to like generational things. Like this is like family related, like generational, like you're forgiving your parents, things that you could have been holding on to from childhood, like you're coming to a place of forgiveness for. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together if you're connecting with another person. And as you continue to release these things that you're healing from, and you heal from the past, you're going to experience more love in your present moment. So I think that you're kind of like accessing the key. It's like the last piece of the puzzle. So there's been a little bit of a hesitation to like release an energy from the past. Because even though this is the release your ex card, I don't feel like it's about an ex. I feel like this is more of other energetic relationships that you have with people. But it's time to clear your energy. There's a little bit of a hesitation to do so. I don't know if you're afraid to, or if it feels weird to, or if it's like I don't know if you feel like a responsibility to a certain group of people, or to a couple people, or to a specific person. It's like a responsibility. But this comes back to like energetic like healing. Like if you have too many people pulling from your energy and you create all these cords with people, like you're going to be exhausted, you're going to get sick easier, like you're going to have a lot more issues when it comes to like your body being able to bounce back from things. So just pay attention to that, especially with like the number of people who you're connecting with. But I do feel like that's going to change. Like I feel like you're going to release that. Could have to do with Gemini energy. There's going to be heart-to-heart conversations that take place, but you're going to have to honestly discuss your feelings with one another. Whether it's a relationship, a person of interest, or if it's like your family or friendship, whatever it might be. But you have to let go of something from the past. You have to forgive something from the past. You have to learn from something that's associated with the past, and then you have to open up and communicate about it. You have to talk about it. You have attraction at the bottom of the deck here, so you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So it's being able to live in the present moment, not be stuck in the past, not be stuck in the future, not be like thinking too far ahead, but learning to live in the moment, learning to live with your day, learning to live with the little things in life. You're forgiving and learning. I also feel like that's associated with a parental dynamic, and I also feel like it's associated with a family dynamic. But it's like you're learning, it's like things being revealed to you that maybe you didn't know, and it has to do with like a foundation. And you're going to have to like heal from this and like forgive and find peace and learn, especially with the stuff that is going on. There's a lot of like revelation type of like, it's like a revelation type of an energy that I'm picking up on, where it's like things are getting revealed. You're seeing stuff clearly. And I kind of feel like you saw it coming. Like I feel like it's kind of like a, oh shit, what next? You know, what's going to come out next? Like you're kind of already anticipating it, which tells me that I feel like you're handling it well, but you need to just let this energy go and like move forward. It's time to clear your energy. Take an Epsom salt bath. Big time. You're also learning how to trust in a situation. You have trust at the bottom of this deck. So this is being able to trust in all situations that no matter what happens, what's meant to happen will happen. Yeah, you're letting go of something that wasn't fully satisfying you. But I also feel like you're letting go of like an old way of being or an old way of approaching situations. Like you're transforming into like a new person as yourself. Like you're going through like transformations too. I feel like very Scorpio energy here, where it's like you're changing the way that maybe you see yourself in the future, or like what your ideal relationship is like in the future. Like your perspective is changing. Yeah, because there were some false masks that were being worn, and I feel like it was more of a self-preservation type of a mask, where it's like maybe you did it to protect yourself, or you did it to like hide certain emotions because things were touchy for you. And this also comes back to that family like foundational type of structure that I keep feeling, where what you're learning in that actually was impacting your ability to have relationships in the present. You see what I'm saying? So it's like learning to separate yourself and to be like, whoa, wait a minute, like that's a cycle, that's a cycle, that's a cycle. Like I don't want to get involved in that. Like I don't want to repeat the same pattern. I don't want to carry this down. Like but see, you come right out of it, and you're sitting in abundance. That's why I said I feel like I feel like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're handling it very well. You might not feel like you are, but I feel like energetically you are. You're actually balancing this very well. But the time has come for you to release. Yeah, you got to have patience with yourself. Patience with those around you. You might actually meet somebody, because I do see like the opportunity for somebody to step forward who kind of brings this clearing. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a I don't want to say like a knight in shining armor type of energy, but it's like somebody who brings some type of a peace to your mind. Like you both balance each other out. You're finding the ability to have peace and abundance in the present moment too, which is very important. Because you're attracting really good things by being in that vibration of enjoying the little moments. Like you're actually attracting really positive things and experiences. You're mastering a lot of emotions right now, and you're also in the process of internally healing. You might have like a dynamic going on, whether it's you or the person you're connecting with. There's something going on with the mother where something needs to be healed. It's like a connection wise, where it's like that, what's that psychology term? Like a mother wound and a father wound. That might be kind of present here. I don't want to dive too deep into that. But I see peace. Like I see coming out of it. Like I see the healing aspect of it. I see the nurturing aspect of it. Like I see how like you learn from so many experiences to become the nurturer that you are, the great nurturer that you are. Something is going to take time too, but I feel like over this next moon cycle or like eclipse or something, I don't know if one's coming up. I really don't. I haven't been able to keep up on stuff like that lately, but something's going to impact it. Yeah, because you're being pulled to, you're going to have a conversation about letting go of things from the past. That's really what it comes down to. It's like you're trying to find a peace of mind, and there's something that keeps you stuck to the past, and you're going to have to open up about it, because you're trying really hard to maintain your peace and your like serenity with where you are, but there's something that's keeping you boxed into the past. It's some type of a foundation. It's something, relationship, whatever it might be. It's a variety of things that are compacted into one thing. Because you don't want to cling to the past. Yeah, you're trusting the process. You're trying to trust this growth process. But you're going to reach a point where you're going to have to address this in a conversation aspect. Be careful of the people who you keep close to you. Like friends, family, you know what I mean? Like, just be careful of people's intent. Because you have both ends of these, you have letting go and clinging to the past. So it's kind of self-explanatory at that point, where there's a time now, yeah, of going with the flow, trusting the process. You're going to see something clearly, and you're going to be okay. Like, whatever it is that you're working through right now, I do feel like you're in a good space to work through it. Just try not to cling on to the past, because I feel like you're going through a massive like change or growth period, and it might be like kind of frightening in a way, because of like, not frightening but like intimidating, because like it might be like asking like, oh, like maybe you have to like think about maybe moving, or if you're young, you're like moving out of your parents' house, or like planning ahead in some aspect like that, like where something's going to come to head, where it's going to be a decision that has to be made, because you have to find, you're figuring yourself out, and you can't cling to the past to do it. Like the bird has to fly the nest is what I'm saying. Like the bird's got to fly the nest at some point. Or you have to take action towards something at one point, and you can't let things from the past get in your way anymore. Whether you have people around you who aren't really supportive of you, you're going to have to address that in a conversation and say, hey, like, I'm going to follow my dreams. Like, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. Like, you're finding that peace within yourself so that you can let this go. You might have some emotional, like, you might have an emotional response. It might be hard to have this conversation, but by not having the conversation, it actually keeps you stuck. And now, like I said, it could be a variety of things. Like, you could be dealing with somebody who wants to go away to college, but their parents like aren't really a fan of like the school or something, and it's like this person has to stand up for themselves and you know, like passionately go after what their goals are, and not let the past conditionings of, you know, whether it be a family unit, a relationship dynamic, something from childhood, like, can't let that stuff get in your way of going after the things that you're trying to achieve now. So you're coming to a place of where you can find forgiveness, you can find experience, you can find learning from that, which is a good thing, because it actually helps you, it makes you stronger. There's something about communication too. Like somebody could have lied to you about something, and you're going to find out about it. Yeah, it's like somebody could lie to you about something, and you're going to find out about it, and you're going to be like, what? And then you have to stand up for yourself, have a heart-to-heart conversation about how it really makes you feel, because you found this new peace, and you're like, I'm not letting anybody steal my peace. Like, I'm manifesting what my desires are. I'm going after what I want. I've released this past energy. I have patience for the things that are going to come through for me. You could also you might be being asked, sorry, I couldn't get that out, to have patience when it comes to manifesting a soulmate into your life, because you have to deal with one thing, and then next comes the next thing. You see what I'm saying? It's like one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take things slow. But then again, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of one of those things. Like, it's kind of new for Aquarius energy for me. I mean, because you guys are pretty smart about shit like that. Knowing when to take space when you need it. Knowing when to approach a situation when you need to. You guys are pretty smart about that. At least Aquariuses that I know are. So you have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's clarity. Something coming through. So you could be struggling to communicate something that you need to let go. But you're moving forward. You have the Chariot. You have the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. You could be letting go of harsh communications with people. Because you want to manifest your truth. You want to manifest like what you want into your life, but you have to let go of like harsh communications and like ineffective communication styles. You have to let all that stuff go. And you have to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you also might be exiting a part of like a phase, or like a period of time where it was like hard for you to communicate, where now you're moving forward and you're going to be able to emotionally express. I do feel like if you are connecting with another person, this person went through a time period of not being able to communicate, needing to let go of the past, but there's something that's very guided with what's going on, because you have the Chariot here and then the King of Cups. So it's like somebody might be expressing something to you. But be careful though, because I feel like there's a two-faced energy. And I don't know if it's with this King of Cups or not. but there's something kind of two-faced. Just be careful. You have a lot of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Aries, and Aquarius, actually. Make sure that you're not lying to yourself either about what it is that you want to manifest. Like, really go within and really think about what your soul really, truly, truly desires. Because this might have to do with that, where it's like, don't wear a false mask on your own feelings. You know, like, go after what you really want. You have all the options, you have all the tools, you have everything that you need to manifest something. And the seeds have already been planted. So you're moving forward regardless. Or this person who's coming in as the King of Cups is moving forward regardless. It could be a masculine energy, so it's masculine right here. But this person's also going through an emotional healing because they're going through that forgiveness and that learning. You have 77 too. I think that's significant. But seeds have already been planted for something, and the Fool's here, so it's a new opportunity. So it's like, are you going to cling to the past, or are you going to take a new opportunity? Because you've planted seeds with something, and you have it's manifesting. It's here. You got the Chariot, the King of Cups, the Magician. It's here. Like, it's a matter of time. Like, you've manifested something. You have all the tools that are necessary to go after it. Are you going to have a conversation about how you truly feel, or are you going to hold on to stuff from the past? Now, if this isn't pertaining to you and this is somebody else, then this person who's coming in as the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy for me as a reader, this person's coming in. Strong water. Strong water. They're coming in wanting to manifest, wanting to put the work in because they've planted seeds. You guys have to know each other to some extent. Or you guys have to be talking. Like, there's something that was planted. And it's like, now it's time for it to start to grow. The opportunity is coming. Ace of Cups. Moving towards that. Learning how to communicate the truth in their hearts. Moving forward successfully. This person has a lot of friends or has a lot of outside support. A lot of people support them. They've gone through a pretty big transformation. There's big pregnancy energy here. So either you're giving birth to something new, or this could be like a fair warning, like, hey, be careful. You know what I mean? It's a very fertile time period. Something's very fertile. The Moon card. So I don't think you see this coming. Or the person who you're dealing with doesn't see this coming. Because you might be walking away from a situation, but somebody knows that they planted seeds somewhere and they want to walk towards their happiness. They know that they've planted seeds. But I don't think that you've seen this yet. I feel like you might actually think that this person walked away from you, when in fact they're kind of, they did like a U-turn, like they're coming back around. Or maybe you thought that this, oh wait, I actually just said you thought that this person did this, or they thought that this is what you did. Vice versa. Emperor energy. Somebody went through a massive transformation. The Emperor, like, they take their time. This person's probably been on a little bit of a hiatus, like probably haven't been able to get in touch with them for a little while, and that's because this person does what they want when they want. And they have a tendency to, you know, like, usually they're a little bit older. Usually they might be, like, more entrepreneurial. Like, you know, take business very seriously, take work very seriously. They have, like, their own foundation, their own structure here. But they want a new opportunity, or they want to invest in something new. But I feel like the feminine energy actually might have walked away from this person. Yeah, a decision might have been made, because it's like, do I really want to invest in this, or do I want to walk away to my true happiness? And it's like this other person's on the sidelines, like, what? And then you have the King of Cups, so it's like, I feel like no matter what it is, I feel like this is an energy that's just been kind of lingering for a very long time. And I hate to say that because I don't like picking up on energies that have been lingering, but I feel like this person has been lingering around you for a very long time, energetically. But now, see, the time is here for clarity to come through about what actually is your happiness. Like, do you want to take a, like, you're being asked to really think about a situation when it comes to a new opportunity, because the seeds have been planted towards something. But I don't think that the feminine energy sees things clearly right now, because I feel like the feminine is actually going through the transformation too. It's like both of them don't see it coming, or maybe both people are like hesitant on what response is going to be whose response. But I feel like the feminine energy is already in the process of going after something stable. Like they're already trying to invest in a situation. They're already moving forward. They've already moved forward. And so this Emperor energy might come at you like the King of Swords, like, because you're sitting as the Queen of Swords right now in Aquarius energy, and this person might come in matching you. It might have been some time since you've seen this person. Like, some time might have gone by. Like, could have been years since you've seen this person or heard from this person. But it's like all of a sudden they come out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden you guys are on the same page. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. It's kind of confusing. The Hierophant, strong Taurus energy, strong Aries energy. This is something that's divine. It's already written. Yeah, it's slow moving. But it's stable. I feel like there's a fiery connection between two people, but there's also a lot of competition between two people, and I feel like that might be either two people who are dating other people, who like are seeing other people, like actively dating, or this is like both of them like just being like very fiery with each other. But something needs to be released. And I feel like it might have to do with outside people. Like, I feel like multiple people need to, like, if you're seeing other people and stuff, when this connection comes through, I feel like you're going to know exactly who it is. But when this person comes forward, everything else needs to stop. Like, if you're dating other people, it's like there's going to have to be some type of a decision like that, because it's causing conflict. And I feel like you're going to energetically know. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, but it's like you're just going to know. Because you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So it's stability, structure, a house, happy house. Again, with the pregnancy vibes, like, I can't escape it. Like, there's just a lot of pregnancy vibes over this right now. Because I feel like somebody has been taking their time to really think about what situation's actually taking place. And they've been reflecting a lot, and it's like, okay, like, I've really got to cut this out. Like, I really got to stop my shit. I feel a lot of anticipation, too. I just saw 2255 and 77. Aquarius, your best advice on... Wait, hold on. Let me pull you guys one of these cards. So you have Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. It's too many. Yeah, if something didn't work out with somebody in the past, and then you have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. You guys have gone through a tremendous transformation, I'd say, in the last couple months. Like, you guys have been really going through it, and whether it's connected to you or the person you're connecting with, I do feel like the Aquarius energy is the one who has to go through the forgiving and the learning. Have patience with this connection that's coming through, because everything's happening again in divine timing, and there's things that are still lingering from the past that could affect how this plays out. And in order for this to be successful, it's like Spirit stepping in and saying, okay, like, pause, you need to clear your energy, we need to address this, and then there needs to be this. Like, it's like a... I hope that makes sense, because I don't know how to put it to words. Like something's in the baby stages, like the baby steps towards something. But there's a major transformation that's taken place, especially with the death card here. You have, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And that can also be pertaining to cycles that you've been experiencing. Like you could have had like a really heavy last, like, 15-year thing that has been occurring that's finally coming to a close, and you're like, oh my gosh, finally, like, I don't have to deal with this anymore, this is finally getting wrapped up. Like, you're learning that those types of endings are actually new beginnings for you, and you're looking at it in a positive perspective instead of a negative or a fearful perspective. You're actually looking at it very positively, which is very good. And then you have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, which is also really positive because you're being pushed out of your comfort zone, and I think that's great. Even though, some people might argue that Aquarians don't have comfort zones because, they're all over the place. Ha ha ha, very funny. But, it all depends on the other placements too, right? But no, I think you guys are really getting pushed into a new position where you're going to be able to take action, and I think that's very positive, especially for you guys, like, to be able to go after your dreams and to have the freedom that you guys truly are seeking. I think that's going to be very important, but I think that this needs to get wrapped up first, because the things that are going on in the past are going to affect how things play out if they're not wrapped up properly. You see what I'm saying? So let this all play out. Do your part by just being yourself and just going after, what your passions are and what makes you happy, and focus on self-care, and let things kind of play out, because there needs to be some heart-to-heart conversations that take place, and I really feel like it comes from a family unit or like a relationship or some type of a concrete foundation that's been solid, but it's things that are lingering with it in the past that are actually preventing something. Like, it can really affect how something comes together, because whatever is being clung on to in the past, if it has to do with a parental structure or a relationship between two parents, like, that is critical to how this other person or you are going to, participate in a relationship. Like, the way that your parents are actually affects you, believe it or not, like, as children and stuff. Like, if you grew up in a household where there was unhealthy communication, 9 times out of 10 you're going to struggle with communication, or you're going to have to, like, really reteach yourself, like, okay, what is healthy communication, because I grew up in an environment that didn't have that. You see what I'm saying? Like, all those things contribute to things coming into alignment with one another. So just be patient, and I think that you're going to be happy with the outcome no matter what. So I hope that these messages helped. And again, I am taking personal readings, so please feel free to email me. And thank you guys so much for your support. And like, shares, and subscribes. It really means the world to me. And I will talk to you soon. Take care.